Another day where I forget to do something I should have done before recording the video. So for those who don't know, I use Streamlabs to record my videos. I have a little option up here to toggle selective recording. This pretty much means that you can choose which sources are and aren't available when it comes to streaming or just recording. And I usually have selective recording on just so that I won't have to worry about disabling a bunch of them. The problem comes from me forgetting to turn off selective recording. So that means you're not going to be seeing my face cam and you're just going to be seeing a black screen. Because I also turned off the galactic background that I used to have when I had my green screen up. You know, I've been doing this for a couple years now. I guess I still make very stupid mistakes. If you are familiar with my channel, you'll know that I used to upload videos of different GDI malware destructions. I'm not entirely sure why I stopped to begin with, but I know recently I haven't because I had to downgrade to Windows 10 from Windows 11 because I had some issues with my computer. And of course, Windows 10 does not have Windows Sandbox. So if I want to do more videos of those, I'll actually have to set up a real virtual machine, and that's a little bit difficult. If I ever do get that figured out, I might start making videos of those again, because those are some of the more popular videos on my channel. Because I think out of all of the malware demonstrations I've done, not a single one of them have under 100 views, which is honestly pretty damn cool. My mamoxide.exe video, currently as of recording, has 21,000 views, and it's been getting like a steady rate of views for probably over a year at this point. I'm not sure why it's been Moxide specifically. I don't know if it was shown by someone else or like someone reacted to my video or something. Like I just get a steady amount of views all the time. It started at one point and it hasn't stopped. So you know what? Cool. And I believe that video is the first result when you search up mamoxide.exe, which hell yeah. But speaking of my mamoxide.exe video, there are a few comments there that kind of got my attention. But it's mainly how the ByteBeats in the mamoxide.exe virus sound pretty similar to other viruses of a similar nature. Because for those who don't know, mamoxide.exe is a educational virus, again made for educational purposes, that are really just meant to entertain the viewer and then just throw away the computer, completely garbage it, destroys the boot sector, just becomes an expensive brick right at the end. But of course not before a bunch of colorful and weird and wacky payloads are shown. Again, all for the purpose of entertainment. Now, there are a lot of viruses out there, but they vary from one another. And there are a few comments under my mamoxide video that say, hey, this sounds like a certain virus in this part. And the comment that got me the idea for this video was one by Triangle 543. And they say here, at the timestamp 526, this is actually the sulfoxide.exe sound. I've also had a few comments like Mohawk2-S4R that say that some sound like the virus Holzer.exe. Now, I haven't really heard of Holzer nor sulfoxide. There's also one by Alfred Kajang 5711. Apologize if I said your name wrong. That it also sounds like hydrogen.exe. And there are a couple comments here that mention that it's better than saline wind. I haven't heard of saline wind either. I'm looking at all four of the viruses I mentioned here. Holzer is uploaded by CreepyJackCraft, and then the rest of these are uploaded by Vince Tech Reviews. I will link the videos in the description so that you guys can watch them as well. But I also want to try and compare if Triangle 543 here on if this actually sounds like sulfoxide. So we'll go to the timestamp here. Unfortunately, it takes a while to load because I have an ad blocker, and we all know YouTube doesn't like ad blockers. Shut up, phone. It's a good thing I didn't decide to do any commentary. I'm not sure if I miss hearing these sounds, but yeah, all of that apparently sounds pretty similar to sulfoxide, so I want to take a look here. So in this one, Vince is running sulfoxide in Windows XP. I'm not sure in what part it would. Again, it's the typical GDI virus, bunch of flashing colors. You've seen it before. Huh, okay. I just went through the entirety of sulfoxide, but it appears to me it doesn't actually sound what is described here. Or at least this specific part, as mentioned by Triangle. I didn't hear anything like it. I mean, obviously, GDI viruses kind of sound the same, at least when it comes with the ByteBeats, but not that specific jingle. Now, the next one I want to see, SpongeX, I think that's how that's pronounced, says that Moxide is better than Saline Wind. And another comment down here by the person, AmSus made a website, of course. They commented 254 fake Saline Wind. I don't know what they mean by this. I don't know if 254 sounds like Saline Wind. Chris RM also says this timestamp sounds more like Dead Fish. Now, I do have Saline Wind pulled up, but I want to go to 254 because that's what I think that's what this person is saying that it sounds like. But honestly, I've heard this a lot, not just from a Moxide, so you know what? I wouldn't be too surprised if I do end up finding something like that. Okay. You know what? Okay, yeah, this kind of beat here anyways, it does sound familiar. Yes, it kind of has the same beat to it, but it sounds just a little bit different. Like, it's not quite as crusty. Like, yeah, I can see how it sounds familiar. Oh, God, and then just static. I've decided I'm taking a look at Dead Fish. This one was actually uploaded by Pankoza. Oh. Yep. You know what? Okay. You know what? Yeah, I agree. This is pretty much the same thing. Dead Fish was made by Cappy. I believe Moxide was made by Pankoza. Kind of funny that Pankoza is the one that made this video here. Definitely the exact same. I agree with Chris RM on this one. That is definitely Dead Fish instead of Saline Wind. They sound similar, but it's not an exact replica. I did see Holzer commented a couple times. 526, 534, both kind of sound like Holzer, and I assume it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, this part right here. I'm not sure which part of Holzer does sound like that. Maybe a little bit like that. I forgot how freaking wild these viruses are. Is that fucking Doom? That is Doom! I don't know, maybe I play the games too much. You cannot tell me that is not Doom. That sounds like the 1993 Doom first track that you'd hear just when starting the game. That sounds like, I swear, I'm not crazy. Oh, that's silence. Your PC has been yeeted by the Holzer Trojan. Enjoy your new PC. I agree with Mohawk here. I think it does sound pretty similar. And then I do want to take a look at one more. I thought I had done a video on this one already, but I guess I didn't after looking at my catalog. Super Aberos 777 says it's almost like the hydrogen virus. I thought I had done the hydrogen virus already, but I guess I didn't. So I believe that they're just saying that Moxide in general sounds like hydrogen. I mean, I can kind of see it a little bit. I mean, obviously it doesn't sound identical, which is good. I would prefer it not to sound identical. But, you know, every GDI virus that have ByteBeats for the background, they kind of have their own charm to it, you know, so they're going to have the different music. They were still pretty good. I just remember now, I think the reason why I stopped making the virus videos in the first place, it was really difficult to actually find a decent enough virus that was worth making a video out of. Sometimes I would get the one-hit wonder, and I would probably spend like 30 minutes to an hour making the whole video, and it would be all good. But sometimes I would spend an hour just trying to find a virus. I mean, they would probably really only crash Windows Sandbox, or they would just really only have the light show and not any music, which I would prefer having the music with the visual payloads. And other times, I think it might have just been too boring or not interesting enough, or it just didn't contain enough content, or it's just too short. But again, if I figure out how to set up a virtual machine correctly, I might consider making some more of those videos, because obviously many of you are probably from the virus videos I did on the channel, like I said in the intro. I mean, hell, I've made 19 of these malware videos, which is kind of crazy. They were all over 100 views. Just a couple are not quite at 200. This horror Trojan one is my least popular one, which, I mean, fair enough. I think people are more interested in the cool, flashy, all over the place malware instead of just creepypasta. Which, I mean, I still like the horror Trojan. I was creeped out. Also, I just realized copyright protected content on what? It is a little bit interesting to see how most of the GDI malware kind of sounds the same, but at the same time also kind of isn't the same. I mean, I guess it kind of speaks to the limits of ByteBeats can do, but if we're able to make something very unique from the ByteBeats that doesn't sound like everything else, that's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. Anyways, apologies for missing last week. I tried to get the video complete last week, but I was having issues with it for some reason that I couldn't figure out. So I was trying to fix it. I was trying to get it done, but I wasn't able to for some reason. I was just having issues. So I just ended up scrapping it because most of the time went to that. So, and I mean, I'm kind of doing this one last minute as well because I really didn't get the idea until when I was in school this morning. I mean, if you're paying attention in the bottom right corner, it's literally Thursday night. It's almost midnight. So, whatever. Still getting it out on time. It's not a long video. It won't take long to edit. But anyways, that's really all that I wanted to explore here today. Let me know if you want to see more virus content from me. If you do, again, I will consider trying to actually set up that virtual machine so that I could continue to make them. Because, I mean, judging by the views and the comments and the like to dislike ratios, there's some really good videos of mine. But before I go, it's time to shout out another subscriber of mine. And the subscriber I'm choosing for this week is Jackaloth with 2.22k subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Remember, if you want to have the possibility of getting a shout out as a subscriber, remember, you'll have to have your subscriptions public for me to actually see that you have subscribed. But anyways, that's going to be it for me. My name is Italy, and I will see you later.